Congratulations, you've just been elected the Pope. You beat out a room full of other elderly men in robes after a series of very intense theological speed dates behind closed doors. The Sistine Chapel is filled with smoke, bells ring, and the crowd goes wild. You step onto the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica and wave like a holy cruise ship captain. You're now the spiritual leader of 1.3 billion Catholics.
After all these years, my time has come.
That's right. More people than Taylor Swift has Instagram followers. You're basically the CEO of religion, head of Vatican Inc., and the unofficial spokesperson for abstinence, forgiveness, and the occasional exorcism. What could possibly go wrong? Well, for starters, your outfit. You'd think being the Pope means couture. Instead, you're stuck wearing a floor-length white gown, a tiny velvet hat, and occasionally a gold stick taller than your intern. You're dressed like a holy chess piece 24/7. And don't get too excited about accessorizing. The Vatican doesn't do drip. Also, no pockets. You are literally a man with infinite responsibility and nowhere to keep your phone. But hey, at least you live in a palace, right? Sort of. The Apostolic Palace is beautiful and ancient. It's like Hogwarts, but with more guilt. Your neighbors are cardinals who all look like they were born during the Renaissance, and your Wi-Fi is powered by prayer. You're surrounded by priceless art, sacred relics, and enough incense to confuse every fire alarm in Europe. But if you want a Netflix password, good luck. The Holy See sees nothing when it comes to streaming. And privacy? Forget it. The second you sneeze, it's on Catholic Twitter with hashtags like "Shark bless you, Father." Your every word is scrutinized, translated, and memed before you've even finished your second Hail Mary. Say something too liberal? Boom. Backlash from half the church. Too conservative? Other half loses their minds. Say nothing? Accused of silence. Say everything? Accused of being woke. You're one sermon away from being a trending topic, and not in a good way. Now let's talk schedule. You thought the Pope just waved from balconies and blessed babies? Huh. Try daily mass, global diplomacy, Vatican press briefings, running an entire bank, and dealing with centuries of unresolved church scandals. You're a spiritual icon and a bureaucrat, a theologian and a PR crisis manager. And on Sundays, you still have to look fresh enough to lead the Angelus like nothing's on fire, even though everything is absolutely on fire. Let's not ignore the elephant in the Basilica, scandal management. Being the Pope means inheriting 2,000 years of theological brilliance, and also 2,000 years of institutional mess. You're expected to modernize the church just enough to stay relevant, but not enough to make anyone uncomfortable. It's like trying to renovate a castle using spaghetti noodles and divine hope. Let's take a moment to appreciate your job description. You are now the moral compass of humanity. Congratulations. You're responsible for guiding the souls of over 1 billion people, most of whom completely ignore you until Christmas. And remember, whatever you say, it must be infallible. That's right. As Pope, you have the unique ability to speak ex cathedra, which makes your words divinely correct. Sounds cool until you realize it's like having an autocorrect that the entire planet takes literally. One wrong metaphor, and suddenly you've inspired a schism in Paraguay. And speaking of travel, hope you like airports, because the Pope doesn't vacation, he pilgrimages. You're constantly flying to meet world leaders, kiss babies, and bless construction sites. You can't even sneeze on a tarmac without 3 nuns, 2 ambassadors, and a mariachi band showing up. You're jet-lagged, dehydrated, and still have to give a 90-minute speech in Latin while waving from a bulletproof golf cart. It's like being on a world tour, except instead of fans, it's protesters, and instead of backstage passes, it's bulletproof glass. Oh yeah. Did we mention people want you dead? Being the Pope is like starring in the world's longest-running religious drama, and someone always wants to rewrite the script. You ride in a Pope-mobile not for fun, but because history has proven that theological leadership can come with ballistics. The Pope-mobile is basically a faith-powered aquarium on wheels. And even then, you still have to smile and wave like you're in a Disney parade. And the theology? Oh, baby. Every decision you make sparks 1,000 debates. Can priests marry? Can women become deacons? Should communion wafers be gluten-free? Your inbox is basically a divine complaints department. You're expected to maintain ancient doctrine, promote peace, end war, fix climate change, heal divisions, manage doctrine, and still look humble while doing it. Imagine being asked to solve the world's biggest problems while wearing a hat the size of a wedding cake. And let's not forget your colleagues. The College of Cardinals is less Ocean's 11 and more red robes of passive aggression. Every room you walk into is full of 80-year-old men who have mastered the art of political chess. You're the Pope, but they're the ones who know where the bones are buried, literally. Try making change in the church, and you'll be met with the gentle, smiling resistance of 500 years of, "That's not how we do things here." Let's talk about modernization. Everyone expects you, the Pope, to bring the church into the 21st century without upsetting the 1st through 20th. Why don't you have a TikTok? They ask. Because you run a 2,000-year-old institution built on handwritten scrolls and incense, Karen. They want you to update doctrine like it's a software patch. Just hit refresh on celibacy, abolish purgatory, and can we get an app for confession? Spoiler, there is one. And yes, it's just as horrifying as you'd imagine. And the youth? Good luck connecting with them. You're a man in your 80s trying to get Zoomers excited about theology, which is like trying to explain dial-up internet to a golden retriever. You hold massive World Youth Days, hoping someone under 25 still cares. They show up, take a selfie, chant Pope for 30 seconds, and go back to watching conspiracy TikToks about how the Vatican has a time machine under the library. Meanwhile, your every move is under a microscope. Did the Pope really just nod during a same-sex couple's blessing? Was that a yes nod? Or was it a, "I'm old and tired and thought this was a bar mitzvah" nod? You become a walking Rorschach test. People see whatever they want to see in you. You're not just the Pope anymore. You're a projection screen for the entire planet's religious trauma. Let's talk money. You're in charge of the Vatican Bank, a place so mysterious even James Bond doesn't know what's going on in there. You have assets in gold, property, art, and enough marble to remodel the moon. And yet your robes don't have a single zipper. Managing church finances means balancing spiritual values with very real scandals. If you sneeze and someone embezzled $200 million from a cathedral roof fund, guess who's on the front page? And yes, the scandals. Every pope inherits them, but you get to face them with 24-hour news coverage, social media, and Photoshop. You're expected to apologize for everything that's ever gone wrong, even if it happened in the year 1312. Plague. Probably the Pope's fault. Inquisition. Definitely the Pope's fault. Vatican bathrooms being for employees only? 100% on you. And don't get too comfy. Because as Pope, you're on call forever. Until you die. Or, do the unthinkable and resign. Which is what happened in 2013 when Pope Benedict pulled the ultimate "I'm out" and retired like a tired CEO after a bad Q4. You'd think the church would take that in stride. Nope. Now there are two popes, one of whom wears white and lives just down the hall. It's like being James Bond and finding out the previous Bond is still living in your basement, writing fan fiction about the Vatican archives. So there you have it. Being the Pope may look majestic. White robes, ancient basilicas, gold thrones, but in reality, it's a full-time spiritual customer service hotline with no hold button and absolutely 0 days off. You're not just leading the world's biggest religion, you're also managing scandals, dodging political landmines, blessing inflatable baby Jesuses, and trying to stop the Twitter algorithm from turning Pontifex into a meme account. And that, my friends, is exactly, divinely, and undeniably why it sucks to be the Pope.